Boy, I know real hesitation creeping in, but you look so good and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, I'm just gonna let it ring. Yeah, my phone's lighting up, I'm just gonna let it ring. Is it the liquor in my system? My desires are so real. Got me caught up in this rhythm. Draw me in and make me feel. Draw me in and make me feel. Draw me in and make me feel. Make me hesitation creeping in, but you look so good and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, I'm just gonna let it ring. Yeah, my phone's lighting up, I'm just gonna let it ring. Is it the liquor in my system? My desires are so real. Got me caught up in this rhythm. Draw me in and make me feel. Make me feel.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Live to trade another day, live to trade another day, live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up and mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy today is Friday. Let's get it, let's see what we got going on for today. Take it from there. Welcome, welcome. Old songs get a little bit of throwback, throwback to that song. So today is CPI day, news, right? We have CPI day. Let's go see this calendar. So where's CPI? CPI, there we go. Friday, we have CPI today. Monday, I think we have bank holiday. Let me check. Monday. Chinese bank holiday, okay. Oh, there we have on, yeah, Monday we do have USD bank holiday. Yeah, so Monday, non-trading day, USD bank holiday, Monday. Be careful if you're trading on bank holiday on futures, they will have weird timings. So be careful. If you know, you need to calculate those times. So yeah, Monday we have bank holiday. We have CPI data on today. So this is the big one. What is CPI, guys? Let's discuss what is CPI. CPI is a measure of inflation in the country. Okay, the Fed's goal is being to get CPI down to 2%, right? 2% is the goal for the Fed. All right, that is where they want to get down to. Now, typically around this 2 to 3% is where we see CPI normally bounce, which is inflation. If you were to bring up a CPI chart, right, and we were to look at historical CPI, right, we can actually have a look at this. We want chart. Can we get a line chart? I don't want points. There we go. So as we can see here, since 2005, if we were to draw a median, right, and we were to make a box here in this middle zone, we can see we spend most of the time in that zone. That's where most of the time we spend our time in, right? Spend a lot of time in here. Now, if you go check what that is around that 2%, right? 2%, 2.4, 2.5, 2.9, you know, now we're in about the 2.7. So this is a typical zone where we like to bounce around in here. And if we look at what CPI has been doing, let's see what we can get. No, we can't. But if we zoom in right now, CPI has been in a downtrend, steadily downtrend. We bounce up, we're coming back towards a high. Now they're expecting CPI to come down. Okay. So with the data coming tomorrow, they're expecting that to come down, right? They're expecting 2.5 here. If CPI comes back lower, that will push the Fed not needing to aggressively reduce interest rates, because they have labor market doing strong from yesterday's data. They have CPI coming back better, so interest rates can remain the same, which will start to remove that hype from the market. So yesterday, as that started to get priced in, what we saw here is we saw people liquidating their positions into end of week, okay? And then we saw a sell-off followed by that. Stock market led the sell-off, which then started to affect positions in gold. And with labor market doing strong, with CPI data predicted to come back lower, that led off into gold, pressurized by the stock market to start liquidating positions as they're cross-trading. So we see this liquidation of positions coming into yesterday, and we see a very quick sell-off happen in just 2 candles, a very aggressive one. You will see the same sell-off in NASDAQ, you'll see the same sell-off in US 30, and basically DAX, you will also see a similar sell-off happen in DAX as well yesterday, right? So all basically assets that involve, you know, indices and companies I've sold off, right? So what is a liquidation? Liquidation simply means positions taking profit is one way, or we see it's basically a profit taking is the easiest way to explain it, okay? because they're liquidizing their asset, meaning if they had gold as an investment towards making profit or the stock market, they liquidate that into whatever it may be. Now, if we were to see the Dixie benefit from this, we could see over yesterday it has benefited from this, right? We ended up forming more bullish structure, right? We are not dumping on Dixie, dumping on stock market, dumping on gold. The Dixie is pushing up a little bit during that, right? And we can see even the spike here during NFP, okay? So this is why we had this massive sell-off, followed by just, you know, a lot of high leverage positions starting to get out of the market. So what's going to go on today? Well, obviously this big daily close yesterday was a nasty range, man. Very boring sessions. London session, New York session, just really staying in the range until we had, boom, this one coming down towards the downside here. If we were to go to the daily time frame, it's obviously led into the first daily candle close. This is something known typically as what? A dead cat bounce. Now, if you guys remember, who remembers in the exclusive group here about talking about us respecting that 5100, what's the possibility of happening? Does anyone remember that? Right, what we talked about, that 5100 level, right? If we don't get back above this, we're not going to be fully bullish just yet, okay? That's what we spoke about. So we've been respecting that level, ranging at that level, and now we resolved to the downside. I was looking for hopefully sells, but it came in a way where it's very difficult to catch because, you know, you don't get any breaks of structures or clean ranges to trade it. Just range it, pop, dump, one candle. Literally, 2 50-minute candles, move was done. So in this sense here, this is known as like a dead cat bounce, meaning we push really low, we bounce, and we started to fail. This doesn't mean that higher time frame we're starting to go bearish now. What it means is that we are now, you know, going to question, does price come back down and test back into the daily support here? Or are we going to try make a little bit of support here to continue to range in this big zone here, defending that 5100? Now, if we're looking at what's happening on 4-hour time frame, we're also closing bearish here, giving us a bearish bias for the session here. 4-hour resistance is also guarded by the weekly resistance here. It's where we tapped with this 4-hour candle here. So with a bearish bias session, we should be more on the sell side here. Right now, price is trying to create support above this previous 1 hour. There we go, previous 1 hour. We're trying to create support above that. Same thing on the 30 minute, same thing on the 15 minute. Now 15 minute is trying to break this structure here. We'll know in about 1 minute. 1 hour will close bullish as well. With bearish bias here, it might not be the smartest idea to rip buys just yet, unless we are convinced this is going to be the low of the day, which we don't really know just yet, because this could continue dumping down, trick a lot of people to get into buys thinking that this move is going to be over, and we end up just sending price towards the upside again. So right now we need to see how we react at this range here. We need to see what lower time frame is doing, like 5 minutes, not over yet. We could basically see a price come back up here, create resistance, and we start to take sells. If we're looking at 1 hour time frame here, you know, it's looking more bullish here, right? It's looking more bullish. Everyone who's writing in chat, even some guys wrote in chat, the middleman here said, I got smoked yesterday. People say I got nuked. There's no chance of getting nuked when you have a stop loss in place. It's just how it works. If not, then you are gambling, right? That's how it works. If you are getting nuked yesterday, there is no chance, right? Because how are you supposed to get nuked if you risk what your stop loss is going to happen, right? So that would be the maximum you lose. If you're just full margining, you're going to get punished when the market goes an opposite way. So make sure that you're using stop losses, right? Because when I use a stop loss, if let's say for some reason I took a buy here, right? Even if this candle comes and smashes my stop loss, I'm going to lose what my stop loss was worth. I'm not going to lose more than that, right? Unless slippage and stuff like that. But in this move, it doesn't really happen. So yeah, I would have lost a trade, but I wouldn't be messed up. So on gold here, as we have this more of a bearish bias here, but we're trying to bounce, we have to see some more information. If we're looking at DAX here, on the other hand, not too impressed with DAX price action during London. We'll keep an eye on it, but it's not my first, you know, thing that I want to be trading. We're here at this previous daily. Respected the previous daily. 4-hour time frame holding support at that previous daily. Now we have 4-hour resistance up here. We have bearish bias as well. If we were to get below, we have a 4-hour support right here that we also kind of tapped. Yeah, so below that might make sense, or set up 2 sells. Actually wouldn't be too much of a bad idea today. Actually, I would look for that. I'll look for that and then see how to tackle that. Now if we're looking at Nasdaq today, Nasdaq creeping lower here bit by bit. Daily time frame as well, closing bearish here, making its way towards the downside, come back maybe to retest the support down here. 4-hour time frame, similar story. We're going to be seeing that 4 hours close bearish. Now we don't have structure compared to all the other pairs, but we are moving down here nevertheless. Every time we make a new low, you can see we are retracing. So today it's going to be a smarter idea to look for a sell on the current retracement that we are forming right now. So if we could see price create a resistance, something like this, we could potentially look for a resistance sell setup S2, something where we can look for basically what's been happening up here and stuff like that. So I would be, you know, looking for bearish candle closes, something like that, to continue sells back down, right? And that would be my plan. Now, if we're going to look at also silver, just have a quick look at silver here. Same move we had down, of course. Daily time frame hasn't tapped anything. 4-hour time frame here hasn't tapped anything as well. Now with silver here, we also do have the same bearish bias here. Again, let's see what happens at the top of the range here. Silver looks like it could open a new counter bias trade here, but that's where a lot of people might get tricked, is we might just do a nice little fake out. Same way this candle faked out here before the downside, we could get another fake out again following bias. Yeah, same as this 15 fake out, because if you look here, everyone's like, oh, we're ready to go up, we're ready to go up, we're ready to go up, let's go, let's go, let's go. Nice bullish structure. We left this structure here, 15-minute candle close above, and then no, not today, back in the range, right? Now we're trying again, second time here. So we need to be careful. What we need to do for counter trend trades is to see support above here. It's the only thing that hasn't been created. It tried to do support, but then it failed below before getting above the resistance. And that was it. So this is the analysis for all the pairs. Let's see what ends up happening, and then we're going to take it from there. Very deep bottom wick coming on gold right now. So let's see how the analysis forms, and see what we can do today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis on YouTube. Appreciate everyone showing up. Leave a like on the stream, and let's get it. Let's get up to 100 likes so I don't have to ask. You know the drill, the YouTube business, and let's see what happens. I blow my account because I tried 4 times to long the pullback in a short market. It was only dumb. I was so in the tunnel vision. Yeah, marrying an idea. It can happen, it can happen. I know what I did wrong. I adjusted my SL, my own fault, ignored my own rule. Yes. Keep SL, right? Don't change it. Don't marry your trade. Just let it be wrong. It's fine. You have plenty more trades to take in the future.
Harry, could you cast some awareness to what I posted in general chat? Might be important for a lot of people here.
Which one? The discount?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can see. I mean, if they want a discount on Top Step, now Top Step has a discount, right? I'm not pushing them for their discount, bro. They don't pay me anything. They're publishing it everywhere. I even got an email from them. But yeah, Top Step does have a discount if you want to gamble some accounts. Some of the group wasn't aware. No, they see it. They see it. That shows that they're getting a little bit low on liquidity. You know, they increase prices and then they go and decrease prices afterwards. So it's like their price increase dropped sales, and then they had all these pressure for withdrawals, and then they put an ad in the Super Bowl, so that must have cost them.
Harry, you know they got rinsed so bad on gold. You know they got rinsed.
Yeah, they got rinsed, but But probably the top step ad they paid for in the Super Bowl happened before. Like before they did it, it wasn't like a quick recent transaction.
Well, it would just be so nice if they could just take away this like gay volatility thing. Oh wait, is it gone?
No, it's not gone. But it's good. Take advantage of the discount, yeah? Take advantage. Does TopStep have a buffer? No, they have trailing drawdown, and then once you get above the trailing drawdown, you can use that as buffer. Can you just see where the candle moving and make a sell and buy, then set B for any time, make small gains? Does this work with spreads? No. I mean, that's the equivalent. What is the name of that? There is something that you can bet on it. What is it called? I think it's called pocket options. Is that it? There you go, Mirko. You see, you're right. He missed it. Prasad missed it. People don't know. Binary options. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Binary. That's like, yeah, that's binary. Good guy. Or they're not reading the chat, man. So you put it in the chat. You're the good guy putting it in the chat, but they don't bother to read it. So then it's their loss, right? Total gamble? Yeah, it's pretty gambly binary options, man. So that's basically the same thing. You bet on the next candle. See what Daniel Holmes said about TopStep in one of his latest shorts? Yeah, but a lot of people got those emails if you were full sending. Like, at the same time, like, obviously you're deserved your money, but a prop firm is not going to be happy if you send an account, a 50k account to 40k profit. Like, that's just not their business model. You know? That's not their business model. You know, and we know that about TopSteps. That's why I've been a personal account trader for so long, and I still am. And I just add that to my portfolio. And I always teach the guys, no matter when, I said, look, we're looking to rinse these, not rely. There's a difference between rinse and rely, right? The guys in the group, we make tons of money from TopStep, man. You know, and all prop firms, you know, we're rinsing them. But at the end of the day, we're always thinking about, okay, they know, all of the guys know at some point, if something happens, they're going to be upset, but it's not going to be like, you know, I didn't expect this to happen. So that's why I've always traded a personal account. And after I've had fun with my prop firm, I'm going to then move into IBKR. I already have an account in IBKR, but I'm going to trade futures on them because I do like futures actually. For trading US 30 at New York Open, there is an advantage versus CFDs. There is an advantage. No slippage and stuff like that. So in that sense, I like it. So I will trade on IBKR. You can trade IBKR futures, bro, obviously, but personal account, you know. IBKR are the ones who you have to do that. But personal account, you need to put good money in, like 20, 30, 40k, so you have the leverage. And the nice thing is I will build my own trading platform because IBKR give you API connection. So I will trade on PipLabs. So I will use the framework of PipLabs and I'll connect my IBKR to PipLabs and I'll be trading on PipLabs because I like the way we've made the PipLabs interface with the buy and sell button like MetaTrader, as well as the buy stop sell stop. I like that interface, so I will use PipLabs to trade IBKR, and the data will come from IBKR. IBKR works with PipLabs? Yeah, we can make it work with PipLabs for sure. You know, because if we have PipLabs, I'll show you what I mean. What I like about this would be like a very simple way, because when I designed PipLabs, I designed it exactly in a way that I wanted to have things, right? I designed it in a way that's like, okay, so what I did is I like MetaTrader because I've used it for the longest amount of time, and I also like TradingView interface, and I like some other stuff. So I'll show you what I mean. So this framework, let's go resume anything. So this framework minus the clock and this tool here, we would remove all of this, right? All of this would be removed, right? All of this would be removed, and simply I would have this. I would have one-click trading with my contract size here. Up here would be to select your pair, obviously, if you're using micros, minis. And then I could have this interface with this to manage my trades. And I could use buy stop like this that puts a position in the screen already and automatically calculates my risk as, if I put it there, percentage, right? Then I could put 1% risk and it would automatically calculate my risk with futures contract to the nearest. It would have to be to the nearest 50 or to the nearest 100, because in futures you can only go up by one micro. You can't go up by, like, on CFD you can pop a 1.15 lot, you know, or 1.12 lot, but in CFDs we could only do, I mean in futures you can only do like a 2 micros or 12 micros, 11 micros. So you can only go up by 1 micro. So I would use this, right? And I would get it to be made like that for me. Because IBKR doesn't have the best. So it's TradingView for the UI. No, it's TradingView just for the charts. Because I like marking the charts on TradingView, right? That's what we use every day to mark charts. So I would have the chart markup on there, but the data, the candle data is coming from IBKR. So that would be pretty sick, you know? What is trailing drawdown? It means that you're a fixed drawdown, meaning let's say you have $2,000 drawdown. If you make $1,000, you don't have $3,000 drawdown. You still have $2,000 drawdown. I'm also in Dubai. Where you live in Dubai? Would you like to know my bank account number as well, so you can use that? Nice breakout on UJ. Did you take this? Let's have a look. This looks nice. Setup 1, stops back in the range below the 4 hour as well to give it some safe. Yeah, that's a pretty nice one, man. That's a great volume there. You hit BE. How did you hit BE? Let's have a look. But there's no 1 minute structure, so why move BE? We didn't tap 500 as well. I understand if we tap 500. Okay, thank you. To avoid disappointment. I get it. Just asking. Yeah, I know. Sir Harry is ignoring POTUS 150% tariff on this group. I know Trump is here, but I'm waiting for Trump to give me the spill the beans, man, you know? Inflation is the best because of me. Donald J. Trump the best. President United States ever. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump. Thank you very much. Should we buy or sell gold? Just tell me. Should we buy or sell gold? Tell me. Does 2% inflation mean that all debts are capital at plus 2% interest? No. Inflation and interest are two different numbers. That's why we have two different events to talk about inflation rate and interest rate. They're two separate metrics. Harry, one time if you have time for it, can you make an introduction on how to make it to Dubai and become a trader, or do you have content like that already? I mean, I could tell you now, it's not rocket science. You need to come to Dubai and you need to open a company, right? There's no such thing as a trader license. So you can't get a license to be a trader here. They don't support that. So you'd have to open a company in something else. But you could bring trading money through that, because in Dubai, trading money is considered as personal investment. So you could even bring it into a personal bank account. But in order to have a personal bank account, you need to have a company here. So you'd open a company here. Probably cost you about $5,000 to open the company, and then you have to get medical, all of that. You could say roughly around $10,000, you know, to get up and running here, get an ID, national ID. Then you need to be in the country. 5K is stupid much? No, because you need to get visas, you need to get medical and stuff like that. And yeah, you could do everything for about, let's say, 7,000. No, just the company will cost you around, to open a company here, just the company by itself will cost you around 3,000. You're saying it's stupid, but you're the guy who's paying 20% tax. Yeah. Continue saying it's stupid, but you pay 20% tax. In total is 10K cheaper. Depends what type of company. You know? Depends what type of company. So $7K you be set up. And then you can bring all the money you earn is yours. Once you start making, right? Once you start making $1 million, then you start getting 9% corporate tax. But then they waive that for the first 3 years. So for 3 years, you won't have to pay if you're making $1 million in the year. After that, if you won't, because you're a trader. But let's say you're selling to customers in the country, right? So all the guys that I sell to, I'll show you an example. All the guys that I sell to in Dubai have to pay VAT. But if you buy from me outside Dubai, don't have to pay VAT. And VAT is 5%. So if we went to my website, I'm going to show you this, right? If we went to my website, actually I need to do this on otherwise it will catch my thing. If we went to my website, and we went to my community, since I am in Dubai, it will recognize that, right? It will recognize that and watch the price, 75, right? It will add VAT because the government charges me VAT, right? Let's see. See, 78.75, right? That's because of the VAT. But if you guys try this now, if you go to my website and check, you're outside of UAE, you won't pay 5% VAT. You will be exempt from VAT, and I don't need to pay the government VAT for that. So only customers who are in the UAE will have to pay VAT. So it's very good. It's very good. Then you're set up, man. Then you just have to be here like 6 months of the year, 4 months of the year, pop in, pop out, and you get to keep everything. Regardless, Mirko, I don't pay anything. All the income I make is mine. So that's why paying 7K as a startup cost is not very expensive. 7K cost is annually? No, 7K would be initial startup, because you need 7K is to get your visa, to get your medical, all of this stuff. that visa lasts for 2 years, you know, so you'll have that visa for 2 years, and then to renew your visa will maybe cost like 3,000. It depends as well, and I'm also including medical insurance, right? Because if you're going to hire yourself, you need to buy medical insurance. You're not allowed a visa without medical insurance. So your medical insurance, actually you could buy without medical insurance, but you're not allowed to hire a staff without medical insurance. But then it comes down to what medical insurance do you take, right? Because you can obviously choose more expensive ones, cheaper ones. So that's where the price can be adjusted. Can flex a 0% tax in the club. Yeah. Hi, what do you think about Top Step scam? I heard of it from Daniel. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. It's a protection of their goods, right? Yeah, someone didn't earn money, but that's what I've said for the longest amount of time, why I trade personal capital. Personal capital, they can't deny you that. But if someone is going to make massive gains on a prop firm, like let's say you have a 100k account and you make $50,000 in a month on that account, you are risking higher than they like. They're gonna make excuses not to pay you that, right? Top Step has two main excuses, but if you're requesting consistent withdrawals over time, right, they're not gonna flag you on that. All prop firms, not only one. If you right now went on FTMO, one of the longest prop firms, and you took a 100k account to 150 and asked to withdraw the 50, you're not getting it, because it's not proper risk. It's a anomaly. They don't like anomalies. Whereas if you every single month withdrew 7k for 10 months, they're not going to deny it. You would have made more money, but they're not going to deny it because you're not an anomaly. So prop firms don't like that because it hurts their liquidity. Another what is not a scam but a hidden thing is if you make big profit. Check this out. You guys need to be careful about this. If you make big profit on, let's say, a prop firm, okay, and they don't want to pay you the profit, they will come out and say, oh, you've been trading amazing, you're ready for live. They will switch your account to a live account, but they don't pay you out before they switch you. They don't tell you that, huh? They don't tell you that. So they'll tell you, oh, now you've graduated for Top Step Live, congrats. You can be a live trader, which as a live trader, you can only take out 20% profits if you calculate it. Okay? And then at the end of it, the profits you made for them to switch you to live, they don't pay you that out, huh? So keep that in mind. You need to rinse and repeat. Funded Next did pay 54k out to a person in one payout. They do. You will see people get paid out 70,000 from Top Step, but we talk about general public here. The fact, okay, I'll tell you one thing. This should be enough evidence for you guys. The fact that someone like Daniel, because I know Daniel, the fact someone like him went on their live stream, he live streamed for them, and then they take his account, that tells you that, okay, don't believe everything you see, because he went on their live stream. They're the last person they should be doing that to, because he represented them on the live stream. You know, I'm still thinking of trying Top Step, still worth giving a shot, 100%. Just don't abuse it, and look to rinse, repeat, get consistent payouts. It's fine, right? We still have a lot of people using Top Step. I still use it to go and you know, make money. But if you're taking these type of withdrawals here, right? If you're taking these type of withdrawals, 3,000, you know, 5,000, and you're doing it 2,000, something like this, these type of withdrawals, they're not going to say anything. That's why these guys are getting paid, no problems. Don't full send the account. Just take money out. Take money out. What business model would give away money? Of course, they will change the rules. Like Harry says, just milk them for what they're worth. Yeah, milk them for what they're worth. I don't like the payout of 5 trading days, then you can choose. They allow you to do a consistency rule as well. So if you consistency rule 40%, which if you're using my strategy, you're going to be safe both ways. 100% you're going to hit 5 days, 100% you're going to hit a consistency rule if you're following the rules I follow, because consistency rule is very easy. I always tell you guys, risk the same amount. We don't have any weird dynamic risk where we're adding risk into a position. Consistency, because there's a lot of people who trade futures who, as a position goes in drawdown, they start adding contracts, or when it goes in heavy profit, they start adding contracts, a lot of heavy contracts, then they're over leveraged in that position, but also kind of protected on downside because they just keep stacking. They will have problem with consistency rule, you know? So for them, it would be better to do the 5 days of 150. And honestly, 5 days of 150 is not that bad, to be honest. So they reject payouts in higher amounts? No, they won't reject, because the maximum you can pull out in a single payout is $5,000. They don't allow you to take out more. Do we want to take silver here? Counter bias. Oof. This is a big stop loss, man. Oh, 5 doesn't look good, yeah. I entered small based on 1 hour on prop or on CFDs, because I don't know how you got that. On prop, you must be risking shit ton of money. Let's see on prop how much. Yeah, you need 0.5 micros. 6. How much is 1 micro with a 5-point stop loss? Hi, I'm up about 2,000. What do you think about taking a payout, and how much ideally to leave in drawdown? If you take a payout now at 2,000, you will only have 1,000 as drawdown. It's not the best, but you know. Bro, Tony, I'm not asking you to tell me what 0.5% on 50k is. I'm asking how much it is. A 5-point stop loss with a 1 micro on silver. Oh, is it 250? It's not 250, man. Last time we did this, it was 750, bro. I promise. 500? I remember last time it was around the same. 50, I dragged my stop loss and I saw 700, huh? So yeah, for me, like, you know, for me, 2,000, you have 1,000 buffer. So it's not too much of a buffer, but you can still take the payout and then trade safely, you know? Like the best is around 3,000. This week I have a video coming out on prop firms, actually. It's very good. Do you trade 100% mechanical? Like, if I learn from you, will we both be able to trade the same way? Or is it a mentor trade due to experience and students don't? People who say trading is mechanical, there's no such thing as a mechanical strategy, guys. Because if there was, then we would just code a bot to do everything for us. You need to learn experience by working with me, with others on a day-to-day basis. Of course you can trade, but there's no such thing as a mechanical. Otherwise we would code it. Why do you even have to learn it? I would just get someone to code it if it's 100% mechanical. Whoever tries to sell you on a mechanical strategy is a scam, because there's no such thing. You know, next time ask them, if your strategy is so mechanical, why are you even teaching it? Why not just code it and let others pay you for that code? You know, be careful about that, because some will promise you that, and that's even a scam. You know, ICT is not even mechanical, you know. There's gonna be, you know, different factors. So yeah, But if you actually, but my strategy is simple enough. Like the entries are mechanical. The rules of the entry are mechanical and stuff like that. But you're asking me where to learn. Just on my website, there's a video here. Unmute it with the little volume thing here. And you can learn. We opened up the monthly, right? We only had the 5 month, but we open up the monthly. Don't click this join now, click this join now to get the monthly one, because if you click this, it will automatically go to the 5 month. So if you're interested in the monthly or just to know in the stuff that you asked, it's all there. It's all there. Otherwise, I have to repeat myself, and people who have been watching the stream for a while already know all the features. I think it's inbred in their brain by now. I have kicked 20-30 people on the Telegram trying to sell this. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I won't take this because I feel it's straight not good enough. What's your thoughts? This is a 30-minute. We close below here. I mean, it's depends what this wick is. Wicks coming from previous 4. First time we break out. Yeah, if we have 5-minute structure below, will be good, you know. Or a 5-minute pause candle below, or if there's 5-minute structure here, it can work. Is it live class and will you be there support? Yes, yes. I'll be able to trade CFD. I trade CFD as well. So if I trade CFD, you will be able to trade CFD. And yes, it is live class. You'll be able to speak to me. You'll be able to send me charts on YouTube here. I'm not going to answer complex questions. You're not going to be able to send your charts for me to review, to mentor you. That doesn't happen. YouTube here is for, yeah, I'll happily answer simple questions. I want to help you guys out. You know, I want to show you guys what I do and all of this stuff. Gotta go to work. Miss NY today, Tuesday. Have a good one. Take care, brother. Good luck. NQ not good today. If it turns around here, there might be sell opportunities, maybe below somewhere here. Bro, how long have you been trading? What's the biggest lesson you learned along the way? Been trading for 6 years. I would say the biggest lesson I've learned is to, it's the hardest lesson, but to create your own expectations. You know, is to create your own expectations, because I feel like the internet's expectations on trading is completely, you know, completely screwed up. So silver trying to get above now that 5-minute resistance. Still no bearish candle. I would have loved a bearish candle. Still 1 minute 30. We could close bearish. Is CFDs legit? As I've heard, many are switching to futures. And then they switch to futures onto a prop firm, and then the prop firm doesn't pay them out, and then they say that's more legit. Like, I would say if you're gonna deposit $25,000-$30,000 into a futures broker, which is connected to the CME, that is the most legit. But not everyone has that money to invest into an account. I tried. Thank you, bro. Thank you for your donation of trying. So 50 is okay. That's cool. So 1 micro so every 1 point cost me $20. Every 1 point. So this would be a 485. So every 1 point is that. Okay, cool. So yeah, it is legit. But depends what broker you choose, because there's definitely some brokers who are not legit. I can tell you that much. This 1 minute candle. Oh, I was about to say. We could try scalp the 1 minute here. Nice 1 minute structure. Use this liquidity grab. But that's not going to happen. You know what? I think after this bottom wick here, it's enough to take it on the 15. 50% to TP already. Yeah, I think that's something that that we were overthinking with this 5-minute resistance here. No need. You mentioned that your strategy is not mechanical. It is mechanical, but it's like you can't just mechanically say if XYZ happens, Otherwise, we would code it, you understand? So it is mechanical, meaning we have rules, you follow the rules, you take the trade. But you need to still think about the analysis, think about what's happening in the market, think about everything else. Right? You have to be somewhat present. You can't just blindly be like that. Will I be able to pass accounts with your system, bro? I've been trying for 4 years now. Need a good mentor? Yes. Others are able to do it. You will. But 4 years, you need to make a change. Right? So this is what I'm looking for right now. Right? I don't think passing an account should be a goal for you, man. That's like a simple thing. You come to the group, you put work in, you'll pass an account. But working towards the payout should be the mindset, right? Like first, yeah, it's a brilliant first step, but it's kind of like in racing, you know, when we're looking at a corner, like, and this is the corner we need to take, okay? Most people's eyes, you know, when they're driving, they're going to be looking here, looking here, looking here. Initially, yeah, you look here, but once you're here, I'm looking here, where I want to end up. And I know being here is part of the corner, but my eyes are looking in front of me, far. You understand? So it's the same thing. You wanna apply that same concept in this. It's like, yeah, I need to pass an account to get to here, but that's gonna be the goal. So then this will feel easier because you're not you're making it seem like it's just a task in the way. So yeah, after that bottom wick, I would have liked to have taken this. I think this was a mistake to overthink about the 5. Because of the bottom wick, right? So that's an example of non-mechanical, right? Right? That's an example of non-mechanical, because mechanically you can take the setup, but non-mechanically, right? Non-mechanically, since it made a bottom wick, now it allows you to take that setup and it's valid. You see? That's an example of non-mechanical. So the entry is mechanical, but the analysis, you need to do some work, right? You have an analysis video on YouTube. It's what we do every morning, man. Every morning we come to the charts, we analyze, we look at the ranges, the structure, we look at everything. Every morning we do it. We enter mechanically, we enter off mechanical rules, but the analysis we do every morning. It's not rocket science, the analysis, it's common sense. Yeah, Nas, we have to wait for 6 minutes here, right? We have a close in 6 minutes on Nas. So we'll see if Nas wants to close. We can see it reacting off this spot here. It needs to close below. Nice change of 5-minute structure. I like the way we're moving here. I'm worried about this. This could be a reaction point, but hopefully it won't be at our entry. So let's see what happens here in about 5 minutes. S4, yeah, it's kind of S2 and S4, yep, exactly, Lewis. That would be kind of the range we're closing back in. The only threat we have is that 30 just sitting there. Might want to react off this, right? Because we're not going to be closing back in that. But we'll see what happens when we get there. We should actually draw it so we can see it. But honestly, it's nothing on any other time frame, right? Except for the 1 hour, of course. But it's not like a 5-minute support here, but we still have to care about it. Because if we react off it and we fail to get below, we just have to manage the trade. Are you looking for longs or shorts? I would short down based on the trend we've been having. 4 hour target not been tapped yet, so 4 hours still okay. We are due for a bounce, honestly, yeah. We're getting lower and lower in the range here, but I'm not selling the lows. That's the difference, right? So, although we are pretty low in the range, I'm not selling the lows. So my goal is going to be to sell to the lows potentially again. Same type of setup actually happening on DAX. Same zone as well, but with previous daily. If this doesn't close below on the 15, we'll have to use a 5 close below. And maybe a 5 close below the 1 hour. Two minutes. Let's see if we can get that bearish pressure. We're trying to bounce right now. It's not looking like the bearish pressure coming in. How much spread on NAS on Vantage? I can check for you, bro. Maybe I have it as a pair here. I don't have it. No, I have it as a pair on my phone. Let's see. .8 pips. Yeah. Double check. Yeah, 0.8 pips on NAS. It's actually pretty good. 0.8 points. Sorry, not pips. Yeah, it is still pips on CFDs. Wow, that's so nice. I have 2.16. Yeah, 2.16, pretty heavy. One minute. Will it flip here in the next 1 minute? What's gonna happen? Let's see. What's this? Yeah, it might want to pull back, which is not bad. I don't think we're gonna close below here, so we have to wait for a 5-minute candle closing below, probably below the 1 hour, but it's not such a bad thing because we will be able to run the 5-minute stops. So if you look at it on the 1 hour, it's like, okay, we want to see this 1 hour flip. Yeah, that's what we want to see right now. So we wait another 5 minutes to see if we can get below, because we don't have the 15 below, so we can't take it based on a 15. But we do have a 15 closing bearish. It's not a bad bearish candle close as well. It's just a question of, is price going to respect these zones like this and try to continue some upside? Right? Because there might be an argument to counter trend a little bit, right? We can see the market bouncing overall a little bit. Gold has been bouncing, silver bouncing. So there might be an argument to counter trend if it wants to get above here. So how that would happen is we respect this whole zone here. So once we get below here though, I would still be on the sell bias, but if we end up respecting it, maybe something around here could be a buy zone. Fill the wick. Sells do look cleaner though, I have to say. Sells do look cleaner. So we'll see about 3 minutes, see if we can get below, do some business, or what's gonna happen. Let's double check what happened on gold here. Gold still in the range here. See what how DAX closed. DAX is moving very similar, you know. You can see. So I believe the same setup would happen on DAX as well. But the only difference with DAX is we're at targets on DAX. 4-hour support, previous daily. Nasdaq, we don't really have that. What's GJ doing today? I'm interested. Yeah. Bro, is it better to focus on 1 or 2 pairs, right? It seems like you're focusing into everything. No, I focus on 3 pairs. I have gold, silver, and Nasdaq. I used to have gold DAX, but I still look at it just to have a look at it, see what it's doing. But I'm not noticing the best consistency in London with DAX. So yeah. Appreciate subscribing to the channel. Yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it. Leave a subscribe on the channel. You know the drill. So you can show up to future streams. We want to see you here Monday to Friday. How is silver doing? Nice pullback on silver. See if we can capitalize off this pullback. Bro, sorry to ask, but what's your daily routine look like? Depends on the day, man. But mainly get up, walk. I like to walk. Make some food for the day. Prep some meals. Stream London. Get off, do some meetings. Go to gym. Have a look at NY. Answer questions in the group. Speak to a few people, more meetings. Rinse and repeat. Yeah, man, we can't tell that on YouTube, Lewis, man. We have to, you know, put some sort of legit routine. Yeah, so we're retracing already. We're not closing the 5-minute deep bearish. Big 1-minute candle has come through. Not convinced with it yet. Sell on gold? Not yet, because gold still has this bullish 5-minute structure. So even though we rejected on 15, we can see bullish structure on 5. Bro, you are wrong. DAX gives the best signal on London. Bye, have a good day. Okay, send the signal, bro. I'm gonna take your trade right today. Right today, send me the exact trade. I will take it live. I will risk $500 in front of everyone. And we'll see how it goes. Tell me where you want. and I'll take it. So let's see NAS here closing. Another 4 minutes for NAS to close below. Quite some time, but it's trying. It's trying. How many systems do you work with? One system. Let's see, 3 minutes where this candle is gonna land. Hopefully it doesn't blast. We need the next 2 minutes to make some structure on 1 minute. I actually wanted it to test this so we can know if we're going to react off it or not. So I was hoping that that 1 minute just squeeze down a little bit more, come and test down here. I mean, the next one can, we still have 2 minutes. Bro, I sold silver. Do you think silver will fall? Depends where you sold silver from, but right now we're working on a bounce on silver. We're working on a bounce. Oh, even silver has a nice continuation scalp. Breaking the high. Which one do I take? Silver or NAS? Oh, NAS looks like it's flipping here. Silver, I might be able to take a quick scalp. Where's my silver? Oh, hopefully it doesn't push too much last 22 seconds. Otherwise it's not gonna work. Oh no. Oh no. There it goes. Nasdaq? No, Nasdaq is disappointing us as well. Yeah, silver blasted without me. That's what I was talking about. Little scalp here. Little scalp. I wanted that tiny little scalp there. Would have been nice. This is the push. So if we closed above here, get that push, boom. But that's a very big candle. retrace the whole move afterwards, right? That's why you have to be careful. Gold is gone. Where did gold go? No, gold is not gone, man. What type of a, how is gold gone? This is very interesting move here on Nasdaq. Completely switching up what it wants to do. This is not a bad pullback. We might be able to get London Open something pretty juicy, with this 1 hour candle closing above. Pullback. If the pullback comes, we retest, break this structure, come back down to 77's proper retest. Use that as a liquidity zone. It can work. It can work. DAX making its way towards the downside. Now, what is Nasdaq trying, right? Nasdaq has to pick a direction. Do you have a fixed RR? No, I don't have fixed RR. How deep can BTC go? Bitcoin can go to zero. Can go wherever it wants. But we have levels between. I'm not seeing silver on my trading view. Yeah, what are you typing? Are you typing silver? You're not going to get silver if you just type silver. Maybe you do. Do they give it to you if you just type silver? No, you don't get silver. No, silver is not called silver, right? What is gold called? Gold is called XAU. So silver is called XAG. But sometimes if you just type, like if you type gold here, I think it will give you XAU. Yeah, see, it gives you XAU. But if you type silver, it doesn't. See? All right, Nasdaq might close above here for London Open. Maybe. Big liquidity grab we have. Break this high, get to this 5-minute resistance, see what happens. Nice 1-minute structure, but will it close above is the question. Oh, nice bottom wick. Let's see if we can make a little bit deeper here. No. Because it's a counter bias, huh? We need max confirmation. Friday counter bias. I don't know if I can trust it counter bias, man. It feels counterintuitive, you know, without 5-minute change of structure down here. I mean, it can work, but yeah, this is what I was scared of. Like, if I was in, I would be like, oh man, what should I do? What should I do? You know. But this might be enough now to give us the buys. That's the bottom wick I wanted to see. But we're stuck. What is gold doing? Nothing. Silver is trying as well. Silver might be able to catch some sort of continuation. 1 hour is nice close. Nice bottom wick. We do have a bottom wick. 30-minute is a bit sketchy though. How did DAX open? Let's see how DAX opened here. Shat the bed. Nasdaq did exactly why I did not enter. This is exactly what I was tricks you, you know? Exactly what I was, why I wanted big bottom wick first, then we go. Because of this shit. Triggers you in and it's game over. Counter bias is nasty, guys. Bias is like really keeps you safe. Because after all of this, we could have that sell plan play out. But look at the 1 hour. It's pretty nice candle close on the 1 hour. So we don't know. Nasdaq is a bit trying to make its mind. Yeah, exactly. Bit of mixed signals. But if we do re-break this high here, we should be able to continue up. Maybe that's something I consider now that we made that bottom wick. Let's see. Now that we've grabbed liquidity. Oh man, I'm gonna mess up and miss my trade. Okay. But then, nah. 29. Break even 8 points. Ah. It's not giving us a chance, huh? If we didn't go break even and we risk it for the biscuit, it works. But there's no break even. Because we have 34 up here, 30 point stop loss. So you get your 1-to-1 up there. But you can't go break even on this. You can't go break even. Do I take the risk now? No break even. Do I take the risk now? No break even. It's a tough decision to make. No break even risk. Yeah. This is where you reject. This is where you can't go break even. I'm trying to find a way I can get in where I don't have to guess that this is not gonna just dump now. Only way I can get in without gambling a bit is see this retest. Buy off the retest. That's it. Very simple. Otherwise, I have to gamble a bit on Friday, which I don't want to do because I'm going to give back profits for the week. Why is break-even not possible? Because your entry here is at resistance. So you can't just get in and suddenly go break-even. I mean, you would have been out break-even here when it retraced. So you would just be out break-even in this position. So you have to hope now that price, when it comes to make structure, either it doesn't make structure, or when it does, it's not going to stop you out because your stop loss is going to be below here and there was nothing here. It was a 1 minute candle. Straight volume candle, 1 minute. So you can't move break even. You're buying into a lot of resistances as well. Buying into this resistance here. So there's no point of taking the trade if you're just going to move to break even that quick. Because if price is going to continue up, it's not guaranteed that it's going to go straight. It's going to do this maybe. And if you keep going break even, you're just going to get out break even. So you have to tell yourself, I'm happy taking full stop loss. You know, or if you get lucky and today's a day where 1 minute doesn't stop pushing, then you're lucky. Then you really didn't have to worry about anything. But that's the risk you take. Now, do that beginning of the week when you have the whole week ahead of you, fine. End of week when I'm trying to preserve profits and CPI day, there could be a reason that makes sense to do so, you know. But you would be break even now anyway. Stop loss would have been 29 points. You're almost at 1-to-1. So yeah. I feel like I'm missing quite a few opportunities, man. Just based on being safer trader. Then if I take a safe trade, I get punished. Need to be careful. No risk on Friday? Yeah, but then I kind of feel like I'm missing out on stuff. Like I was pissed off. Yesterday I missed a trade on gold because we were looking at NASDAQ. That really pissed me off the whole day. And then today as well, silver as well after the bottom wick. I mean, this NASDAQ was complicated. Counter bias, no 1 minute structure. I'm not too pissed off at this. Plus, it looks like it's coming to tap you break even. I mean, look, let's say we took NASDAQ. I'm 100% going to be break even now because my stop loss was 29 pips. And my target was 29, let's say 1-to-1. That's my minimum target. So right now I'd be sitting at break even like this. And it's very close to break even. But it doesn't mean the trade is wrong. That's why I don't like this, because right now I'm thinking in my mind of this pullback, how can I get in? If we have the chance for it to create support here, there's a way that I can get in. There's a way I can get in. Man, silver is moving like a horse. Tearing everything up. Silver could be a tiny, if we're gonna have so much volume like this, there might be a 1 minute scalp. What is stops though? This seems pretty big. 3 points. That is a pretty big candle. The 1 minute was here would be better. We don't want to force a trade. Let's see how we create, because silver has volume, and when there's volume it's easy to trade. But again, we don't want to take gambles, right? That might work out just for the sake of it. Had we took that, it would it would dump immediately. Let's see how it's doing. Oh yeah, would have tapped you. Oof, depends if you. I think that would have. Yeah, that would have tapped you break even. Yeah, for sure. Unless you put stop below the break even. Look at DAX, right? Complete reversal on DAX. 4-hour support respected. Gold is trying to get above resistance. Ooh, nice pullback on silver here for 1 minute. So we could catch a scalp. See 36 seconds. See how this closes. Risky scalp. Try a 1 minute scalp. Aggressive one. Or not. "25 seconds, get a bit tight to flip in 25 seconds. Yeah, now I have to wait. So yeah, same thing. Close above. Where's that 30? Is a little bit higher, this 30. We are relying on pure volume here. Pure volume. If it happens. Check 15. It would be above it, man. Even if you draw it like that, we'll be above it. If we close the 1 minute, boom. That one even closed above the 1 minute. Wow, look what happened on NASDAQ, right? So it wouldn't have paid us. That's what I talked about, potential happening, you know? Potential happening wouldn't have paid us. That's the issue. So we would have been break even on this even if we took it. I think it was still a shot, but it was just tough to get in. It was tough to get in. That's the problem with counter bias, because imagine this candle happened at this resistance, guys. That's the difference. If you enter, that's why I said it's almost, you have to take that gamble, because let's say I entered this high here and we came to this high, swept this high, and then got the same candle. You can't manage. It's going straight to stop loss. You know? That's the problem. 15-minute candle closes, close bearish. I really want to see something closing below here. So we're going to see how that develops. Gold here failed to close above again. So we need to see if we're going to close above or not. Tell NQ calm itself. Let's see what NQ is doing here. Oh, fuck off, man. That's done. That's such a party pooper, that, man. I mean, what? After all that, us waiting and knowing it's gonna do that. We knew it was more bearish today. It has to send this candle here. Like, at least give us a 30-minute candle close above here, you know? At least we can take that. Like, what are we supposed to do with this straight 1-minute candles? Like, come on, man. Let's be serious. Even on 1 minute, where are you going to put stops, man? Just random like this? 20, that's even 25 points? Yeah, that's a party pooper move. We have LTA here? Not too much. I'll get my revenge. Yeah, I mean, gold is the only pair that hasn't moved harsh today, man. So I was hoping gold would wake up, close above here, and then we actually get a move from gold. But gold still seems to be dormant. Your initial plan went well on NASDAQ? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Wanting to sell there, but there's no logical way in. Like 15-minute close back in the range. If you ran, let's say, break of this low here, you'd have to run, I don't know. It's very impulsive. Doesn't make sense to me. In a logical way, you know? After all these candles, no. That's just not your setup at that point. That's not your setup. So silver, if it pulls back, it could give us nice options. Or we could be aggressive with the continuation here. I don't like how this 1 minute's come out of nowhere. Let's check on futures here. It's a gap as well. Yeah, look at this impulsive, huh? It doesn't make sense stop loss wise. You know? Are you sure this is 500 risk? Harry, futures doesn't have commission or spread, or is it better than others? No, it has commissions. Has spread as well. This is the spread here. One contract risk on silver. Okay, yeah, then it is like that. Makes sense. Yeah, hard with silver here. Unless you full send the highs with bigger stop loss. I mean, the full send of the highs I was looking for before was stop loss here, buy here, not stop loss double that. Because you don't want to be holding this trade for long. It's not really a long-term trade, this. This is like cowboy work, you know? Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna go chill with the guys in the exclusive. Appreciate you guys showing up this week on stream. Not a bad week, actually. Not a bad week. Hopefully I'll catch you guys on next week's streams. Much love for showing up on Friday. Monday will be no stream because bank holiday. So I'll catch you guys on Tuesday, inshallah. Take care. Have an amazing weekend. And appreciate you all showing up. Take care. Tradesharpe. Speak to you guys hopefully very soon. Peace. Cheers. Cheers. What's this? Has the week been positive? Yeah, super positive week. Been amazing. Anyways,